Right then, guys, I think we'll move on to the last segment then, which is, it's not Monday Moans this week, it's Monday Mentions. And I wanted to talk about something that Shauna brought to my attention, which is Erik ten Hag's comments on Arne Slot when he was announced as the Liverpool manager. So basically, he's put the knife in a little bit, I think. It starts off nicely, but then he sticks it in. So I'll just go on with what's been mentioned here. So basically, his quotes are, when asked about Liverpool appointing Arne Slot, he said, "I think it's very good and a beautiful choice from both sides. This is great for the Dutch Trainers Guild, and Arne Slot also fits Liverpool with his philosophy. It also ties in with Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders. They have left a strong foundation. He ends up in better waters than I did when I went from Holland to Manchester United in terms of structure in the club and in terms of balance of the squad." But then he goes on to say that it has a bit of a dig at him, I think, and I think you agree also, Shauna, where he goes on to mention Feyenoord was stable this year, but not top. In my opinion, the difference between PSV and Feyenoord was too big from Feyenoord's perspective as the reigning national champion. People are overly lyrical about Feyenoord. PSV were two classes better than them in all areas, in terms of dominating the ball, in terms of pressing, in terms of intensity, you name it. PSV are better than Feyenoord by such a large distance. Now, what's your thoughts on that, guys? I think there's a bit of a double-edged sword there, where he's a bit, like, oh, nicey, come over, blah, 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 blah. But then he kind of like sticks the knife in a little bit there, don't you think? What do you think about that shot? You were the one that brought it to me, Sean. I'll let you take a bit of a go on this. And what do you think about that?
He's a bitch. That's all I can say. He's an absolute bitch. I swear to Christ. The guy has had, and I keep saying it, Sky Sports do an interview when he loses. When he draws, we're building something big, all this bullshit. They do another interview. When he loses, they do an interview. When he wins, they do an interview. Very few wins, though, that he's had. The guy has spent about 400 million, finished 8th, worst league position in the Premier history, conceded the most goals, scored the lowest amount, finished with minus goal difference, most losses at Old Trafford this season, bottom of the Champions League group. And I mean, United fans were cheering for City to win the Premier League because Liverpool didn't. I mean, honest to God, the guy is an out and out bitch. If you don't like Slot, if you think that it's completely he's completely overhyped and whatever, like Ten Hag was, then keep your mouth shut. Be professional. That you don't have to go and be bitchy. And I mean, I saw in another video there that there was kind of speculation that maybe something had gone on between them when they were in the Dutch league. In either case, just be professional, for God's sake. You have your own crap at Manchester United. You need to deal with it. And you think of an FA Cup and finishing 8th is you bringing the glory back to the theatre of streams, because it is falling apart and flooding between piss and bloody, it's a joke. I hope, and I mean, there's talks of Erik ten Hag finding out his future at Old Trafford in the next couple of days. So why doesn't he just worry about that rather than Arne Slot?
Exactly.
Arne Slot isn't shitting it. He's just taken the biggest role of his career so far, and he's not even done a press conference yet. He's not even done he's like, yeah, I'll do it when I'm ready. He doesn't. He's not hyping himself up. He's not doing 15,000 interviews. Ten Hag needs to be modest. He needs to realize he's underperformed, and he's not all that, and that's it. And United fans need to do that as well. I mean, I saw a post there on Facebook. Wait until I see if I can find it, because it just nearly just set me over the edge here. I have to check it. Where is it? It's so annoying. Here we go. I don't think giving him another chance is a risk. So this is a Man United fan. So the first 2 season stats. So they have Arteta, they have Ten Hag, and they have Klopp. So games 86 for Arteta, 86 for Ten Hag, 99 with Klopp. 157 points for Arteta, 168 for Ten Hag, 178 for Liverpool for Klopp. Wins 47 for Arteta, 53 for Ten Hag, whoop-de-doo, and 50 for Liverpool for Klopp. Defeats 23 for Arteta, 25 for Ten Hag, 28 for Klopp. Draws 16 for Arteta, only 9 draws for Ten Hag, give him a contract, and 21 draws for Klopp. Point per game, 1.83 for Arteta, 1.95 for Ten Hag, 1.8 for Klopp. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and any Man United fans out there, let's just see the farewell parades they do for Ten Hag when he's kicked out of Old Trafford.
What do you think about that, Brian?
How can I come after Sean's speech like that?
I know, I probably should have come to you first.
Well, he's already admitted in that interview that Liverpool are a better run club. They got a better squad. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think Xavi got fired last week for comments like that at Barcelona, and Ten Hag is still there. I think Ten Hag is shitting himself because, let's be honest, Slot can't do any worse than what Ten Hag has done. So I think, personally for me, I think Man United should keep Ten Hag because he's shit. And I think I don't know. I don't think Slot can do any worse than what Ten Hag has. So Ten Hag has set the bar.
What a low bar he set. I mean, come on. I mean, like, he's gone on. Well, we've won 2 cups in how many years? Whoop-de-doo. Like seriously.
Do you know those stats you read out, Sean? Was it the last 2 seasons? Was it?
I was so angry, I don't even know.
Well, Klopp's been there 9 years.
Hold on till I just check. Last 2 season stats.
Yeah. So Klopp's been there 9 years. Last season was Klopp's worst season. It was abysmal. Don't get me wrong, but they taken the worst year out of 9 years. If you put him up against the first 3 or 4 years he's been there, he'd absolutely wipe the floor with all of them.
But you see, the funny thing about this is they cherry pick stats to suit them and to suit their narrative. Well, look, we're better than Klopp here. Well, do you know what I mean? You would have given your left one to have had Klopp at your club, so don't even go there with us. But let's just see Eric Ten Hag's farewell at Old Trafford. Will they have like 2 gigs? Will they, get him to do kind of a lap around for getting 8? Are they going to have like an audience with Ten Hag and have like a load of musicians play and people interviewing them?
No, I agree. It sounds like someone who's got sour grapes, and it sounds like someone who's a little bit scared of what this other guy's going to come in and do. He's going to show him up. Like, he's got his excuses in there. Like, oh, well, he's going to come into a better squad than what I did and a whole better situation to what I did. Well, if you're so great, Ten Hag, you should have done it, shouldn't you, mate? You know what I mean? You should have cracked on and done it. But, it sounds like someone who's just a little bit scared that Arne Slot's going to come in and just show him up. So,
Ten Hag, right, he's been there, 2 years now? Has he even made Man United better? Really?
Well, no, not really. I wouldn't say so.
I don't see no improvement. I see a lot of money wasted on players. I don't think Man United are any better now than what they were when he took over.
No.
half of the players he has have bracelets on their ankle and have to talk to a parole officer. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, like Ten Hag would just want to just deal with his own shit, deal with the crappy owners that he has, deal with the mouth that bought a share in Manchester United, who's given it all of that. There's so much lip service from Manchester United, and it is just music to my ears, because how it's gone from, high expectations, the Roy Keane, expectations of, well, God help us if we win anything. Like, it's just mental. It's just so crazy. It gets on my goat, but it's hilarious to see, At least Solskjaer had a little bit of dignity in him, a little bit, because when he was asked about, who does he want to see win the league, and it was between Liverpool and Man City, how he replied is, I couldn't care less, because he was more interested in managing Manchester United. So I have respect for him. Ten Hag is just walking around like a Wish.com Pep.
Yeah. Any last words, Bri?
No.
That sounds very threatening.
No, I just think I think Man United would have been better with Solskjaer, because he would have signed Haaland, wouldn't he? Wouldn't he look at Haaland for Man United?
Yeah, he did that. He did that interview, didn't he? Where he said they were looking at Haaland, they were looking at a few other players that have gone on to do really well elsewhere. So whatever, man. Like, I think Spectre's got it right there to finish this off with. Spectre's comment there. Arne Slot's living rent free in Erik Ten Hag's head already, and he hasn't even got here yet.
When you bring in a player that that hires his own photographer to take pictures of him when he scores goals, and to bring out a Sonic the Hedgehog soft toy, you've got problems.
Didn't I hear about Bruno Fernandes' agent? He's been flirting with top clubs and offering his client, because apparently Bruno Fernandes he'll sign a new contract, but that depends on the project of the club and the manager.
Probably, yeah, probably. I can imagine that. I don't know, but I can imagine that.
He's a shithouse. Again, yeah. I mean, I could go on about United, but this is a Liverpool channel, and I mean, we're Liverpool fans, and I mean, they don't live rent free in our heads, because what have they done lately that has worried us? I mean, okay, they knocked us out with the FA Cup. I mean, I'm sure the DVD is coming out with that. The open bus top parade is going to be, probably in the next day or two for that. But I mean, we bet them 5-0, we bet them 7-0, we bet them. I mean, come on. We have achieved so much under Jurgen Klopp, and we've made an absolute disgrace out of Manchester United. Manchester United aren't a team to be feared. And Ten Hag can blow as much smoke up his own arse as he likes. He's probably going to lose his job, and then it's going to be the next failure to take on Manchester United, and we'll all be laughing, when it's another 10 years or another 20 years by the time they win anything or win the league. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it.
They used to be our fierce rivals. Now they're just there to make up the numbers. I think that's the best way we can describe Man United.
Agreed. 100% there. That's probably one of the best ways to describe Man United now. And you could probably put Chelsea in there in the same breadth as well as that. And really do.
What's going on with their contracts and the contracts that they're offering people? Like
Chelsea?
5 or 10. Yeah.
It's to get through FFP, isn't it? Like, with all that stuff, with that, like, it has to be. But then FIFA or something trying to get rules in place to stop that from happening now, or something like that. I can't remember. Something to do with that.
Don't get me started on FFP and all of that. Don't get me started.
Right, guys. I think that's everything for tonight, guys. If there's anything else anyone wants to talk about, anything you want to say before we go, you can do your Redbubble thing again, Sean, before we get off.
Yeah, redbubble.com. If you go on to SD Designs, let me see. Yeah, SD Designs. There's some good Liverpool stuff there. There's also another guy that I want to give a shout out to, because he's been very kind to actually give me a print of one of his fantastic art pieces. His name is Wayne Henley. He did an amazing oil painting of Jurgen Klopp there, Wayne Henley. So check him out. And of course, then jackdesigns.uk, who does those tops that I have. And I've also got, there you go. Look at that one. That's done by Number 19 Apparel. So there you go. So load of shout outs for a load of people that I buy stuff from.
And I'll put some links to them in the description below, guys. Other than that, I think we will be back again next Monday, all being well. Hopefully we've got the Arne slot press conference and everything. We can talk about that maybe next week. But yeah, I guess until then, guys, I'll probably end up seeing you all in the next video I end up doing. But yeah, I guess we'll just leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you all next week. Cheers, guys.
Catch you guys. Bye.
Bye.